Hey guys, welcome back to another video of mine where I show you how to do this connected cut crease. It's a variation of the cut crease or double cut crease, but it's not as intricate as a double cut crease. You can do this kind of a look when your client or model requests for a very detailed look but doesn't have enough lid space to do a complete double cut crease. So let's get started with the look. So first off, I'm priming the lids with a concealer. Make sure to use a very thick concealer like the PAC Spotlight Concealer or the Tarte Concealer, so that the shades actually get stuck on to the lid. So I'm using the Morphe 9B blush palette, and I used a very neutral shade on her as a transition shade, so that the next shade which I use, that is bubblegum pink from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, that doesn't go on very stark. Without the neutral transition shades, the next shades which you use, which are more bolder and darker, they're gonna look a lot more stark and a lot more bold, which wouldn't look very blended and wouldn't look very good. So I am using a dark brown shade from the same palette, and this is a flat definer brush, and I'm just drawing a very thin line in the deepest part of her lid. This is just to outline her lid. I'm going to be defining the crease even more with the concealer. This is the PAC Take Cover Concealer. This is a very warm shade. It also helps in neutralizing any pigmentation that she may have, and also really defining that crease which you can see. So you have to really use a very thin brush and stretch the skin, stretch the lid, and then outline the crease which you just drew so that it becomes very thin. Now it looks like it's a little more shaded and doesn't look like there's just a brown line being drawn. And I'm using a green color from the Morphe 39A palette. I actually tried to match the colors of her eyeshadow to the colors of her sari. And then I used a pinkish, silverish kind of a color. Her sari color also had this kind of a silverish thing going on. It had a mixture of gold and silver, so I'll be incorporating both champagne gold and silver into her look. So on her outer part of her eye, to define the crease even more, I'm taking this champagne, I'm not sure if it's gold or silver, it's kind of in the middle, and I really defined her crease even more. And then this is the Makeup Forever Aqua XL pencil, and I'm just drawing her waterline. And then I used a regular liquid eyeliner to just do the regular wing, which you would do in any kind of an eye look. So the next step is actually the most important step of this connected double cut crease. Once you're done drawing the eyeliner, I just took a little bit of black shadow or dark brown shadow, and I connected that wing that you drew, the eyeliner, and then I connected it to the crease. So normally for a double cut crease, you would not have the connection, you would just draw another line. But in this case, it's actually a lot simpler. All you have to do is just connect the wing to the crease with a dark brown or black color shadow, and then go in with a black eyeliner to further deepen it. That's it. Further enhancements to complete the look will be done at the end once everything is over. So let's move on to the skin now. I am using the Benefit Professional Primer to prep her skin in the areas where she has pores and pimples. And then I use the Huda Beauty foundation in 420G. It's called Toffee. It really has kind of a warmth to it that will really suit her skin tone. I used a Morphe stippling brush, a Morphe flat top kabuki brush, and I kind of just stippled the foundation all over her skin. I didn't use any color corrector because she doesn't need any. The foundation is going to give her enough coverage to conceal and enhance all her skin. And this is the Morphe concealer. This is a much lighter shade than her. I'm just using this for highlighting. There's a really nice concealer for highlighting purposes. I don't use this for concealing because I find that it's not very full coverage like the Tarte Shape Tape or the MAC Pro Longwear. But it does have a little bit of a illuminating effect to it, which really gives me a subtle glow when I use this for highlighting. That is to go a little lighter than her skin tone on areas where lights hit her face. So So I used another Morphe brush and I'm just stippling the concealer into her skin. I did use a little bit of a hydrating mist because I wanted her skin to be hydrated before I went and blended the concealer into her skin. So if you're using a beauty sponge, there's already going to be enough water inside the sponge for you to blend, for the concealer to blend into the skin. Now you can also skip the step, but then I just wanted the blend to be really seamless, so I added the hydrating mist. And you can keep adding hydrating mist in between steps if you find that your foundation and your skin is getting really cakey. So to set everything, I'm using this MAC Studio Fix powder. This is in NC43. I use both NC43 and NC40 for her skin and for her overall skin tone and for her highlighting area. So this is the lighter shade which I use is NC40 just for the highlighting areas to have some kind of a depth going on in her face. If you notice, I didn't actually contour her face. This is a technique called a reverse contouring where you don't use a darker shade product to contour. Instead, you just use a lighter concealer on the highlighted areas of her face, and then the other areas are going to be naturally contoured. And then I use the MAC Fix Plus spray to bring everything together. And after doing the spray, after spritzing the spray, I use the blush and highlighter. So I usually like to do the blush and highlighter after spraying because it really adds a pop of color. The blush gets really intensified, the highlighter gets really intensified. So back to the Morphe 39A palette, I'm lining her lash line with a dark brown. I almost do this in almost every look. If it's not dark brown, it would be a darker, warmer or cooler color based on the eyeshadow, either orange or a purple, but I never leave the lash line undone. So these are the final steps of the eye. I'm drawing the inner corner wing. When you're doing this, you want to ask your client to look in the appropriate direction. So if you're doing the inner corner wing, the lower wing, you want them to look up. If you're doing the upper wing, you want them to look down. So direct your client or your model to look in the direction which is going to be easier for you to do the wing. And I'm just sharpening up the outer corner of the wing with this liner is the Kat Von D liner. This is a really nice liner to do the wings. And I'm lining her lips with the Urban Decay 24/7 lip liner pencil in the shade Venom. I went in with a similar lipstick shade, but then I had to do a couple of changes of the lipstick. I went in with a dark lipstick and then it was looking really dark, so I changed it to a more neutral pink tone. You'll see in a few minutes. And I used the Morphe Morphe eyebrow pomade in the shade Chocolate. This is not exactly her eyebrow shade, but I didn't want to make her eyebrows very dark because she already had quite stark eyebrows. I'm not changing the shape, I'm just filling in the areas which had a little bit of gaps. So I'm kind of changing the lip color again. I went back and forth with the lip shade a couple of times, and this is the completed look, guys. This look really pulled me out of my comfort zone because I never do traditional looks, but this connected cut crease look, you can do it on any occasion. You can do it on your wedding, a reception, your sangeet, or even a party glam look. So the technique of the connected cut crease is what you should take away from this video, and you can always tune it to suit your occasion. And I hope you guys found this informative, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye bye.